A very good evening to you. I do believe you had a wonderful day on this second day of October 2024, just a day after the impeachment motion against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was tabled. And a section of MPs have come out to clarify that appending your signature does not mean you support the motion. That comes even as the entire impeachment motion is set to undergo public participation across all the 290 constituencies across the country. Before that, here are your top stories tonight. President William Ruto defends the plan to lease the JKIA to the Adani Group, claiming it will boost tourism and modernize the 66-year-old facility. Parliament suspends Thursday's sitting to allow for public participation on Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment. Thousands of workers risk retiring empty-handed after their employers fail to remit monthly deductions on pension schemes. Patients with chronic illnesses face difficulties accessing cancer and dialysis treatment due to cash payment demands from many health facilities. Now, welcome to the program. I am Ian Keitani, and our sign language interpreter is Evelyn Wangui. Remember, you can watch this bulletin live across our social media platforms at K24 TV. We begin with the Gachagua impeachment, and the National Assembly has suspended Thursday's sitting to allow members of Parliament to travel to their constituencies for a public participation exercise on Friday, ahead of the impeachment motion against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. The House has set Tuesday as the day to debate the motion, with a morning session scheduled. Now, each member of Parliament will be given a chance to contribute, and the Deputy President will have 2 hours and 30 minutes to defend himself. Joel Chacha now reports.
A day after the impeachment motion seeking removal of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from office was tabled, the National Assembly is focusing on sealing any legal loopholes, including the public participation process.
I wish to clarify that the public participation program additionally contemplates the collection of views at the constituency level. In this regard, I confirm that the officers of the clerk shall be present to assist the collection and compilation of views from onward transmission to the office of the clerk through the respective collection compilation centers specified in the public advertisement.
This has prompted the House to suspend its sittings on Thursday to allow preparations for the public participation exercise to be held on Friday.
Public participation we intend to do is public participation that is very granular, right from the polling station all the way to the county. Without Honorable Speaker, therefore necessary that we retreat tomorrow and we don't have a sitting tomorrow afternoon as the norm is as per our calendar.
As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have.
The debate has been scheduled for Tuesday with every MP willing to speak, given an opportunity, while the Deputy President will have 2 hours and 30 minutes to present his defense.
A maximum of 60 minutes for the mover in moving and 30 minutes in replying, and a maximum of 5 minutes each for any other member speaking, and that at least 2.5 hours before a vote is taken on the motion, the Deputy President or President, as the case may be, shall be accorded an opportunity to be heard in accordance with Standing Order 67B2.
We propose that on Tuesday we have a morning sitting and an afternoon sitting, but the afternoon sitting will only end when the order of the business for the day is concluded.
Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Across the country, Kenyans have expressed mixed reactions to the process, with many eager to see if their input will be considered.
Rigathi anaenda, waende pamoja. Tulipiga kura moja hivi. Hatukupiga kura mbili.
Nini nataka kumwacha kwa barabara, akuje ground hapa. Wale ni MP 200 anataka kuwapea pesa waimpeach. Wajue ground hapa tuko na tujapotea, wale walikuwa wako. na tuko hapa na tubanduki.
Katika ile mambo wanafanya, akumbuke yeye anataka kwenda miaka ingine 10. 2027 atatupata ground. Ile kura yetu tulimpigia kwa sababu ya Rigathi. Kama hata ichunga leo, hata 2027 asikuje kwa sababu hata ipata.
Tuko na ushugu mwingi sana na hii serikali yetu. Kwa nini wanauliza hii deputy president wetu kutoka Nyeri? Hawa mbunge tuliwachagua. Kazi yao ni mambo ya kuimplishi wale wengine. Sasa tunauliza, mtatufanyia kazi lini?
Joel Chacha, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Indeed, mixed feelings regarding that impeachment motion. And from the impeachment of the Deputy President to Kericho County Chief and Governor Eric Mutai has been impeached following a heated session in the County Assembly, despite a High Court order that had earlier stopped the impeachment proceedings. The controversial session was marked by the absence of 16 members of County Assembly who boycotted the vote in protest. Now, Sigowet MCA Kiprotich Rogon, mover of the motion, based the Governor Mutai's impeachment on gross violation of the Constitution, various national and county laws, abuse of office, and gross misconduct.
It to be as emphatic as possible that the existence of an order is there, and if we were to proceed, we would be proceeding by choice of disobeying the order, not for lack of knowledge of its existence. Our situation on behalf of the governor, being that there is an order made by the court this 2nd day of October.
In a decisive move, 31 MCAs who attended the Wednesday session voted to impeach Governor Mutai, sending shockwaves across the county after 7 days of uncertainty following the tabling of the impeachment motion by Sigowet MCA Kiprotich Rogon.
The motion seeking the removal of impeachment from office of the governor for Kericho County, Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, by impeachment has been supported by 2/3 of the members of the County Assembly of Kericho. I therefore declare that the motion is passed and the governor, Dr. Eric Mutai, stands impeached.
The governor was faulted, among other things, for overseeing revenue leakages by failure to implement automation of revenue collection and gross violation of the Constitution.
This House, having started the motion on the impeachment of the governor, could not be stopped by any court of law. And by any chance, Mr. Speaker, we gave a notice 7 days ago. The governor had an opportunity to use every other means if he wanted to be heard. Mr. Speaker, the governor is as guilty as charged. This governor must go.
The governor was further accused of allegedly overseeing misappropriation of the funds meant for the 52 victims of the June 30th, 2023 Londiani accident.
I was in the special committee, or rather committee on Londiani accident, Mr. Speaker. I felt so bad, Mr. Speaker, when the governor referred to us as a funeral committee, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I have sat in committees in my rural home as a funeral committee, but for that case, Mr. Speaker, I sat as an honorable member in a committee, special committee formed to investigate the same issues of Londiani issues, Mr. Speaker. We recommend to His Excellency the Governor that people that was involved in the same theft, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, you see the way we lost money. The governor himself pronounced himself, and eventually, Mr. Speaker, they went ahead and paid 2,037,524 for Kericho County Referral Hospital, Mr. Speaker. At the same time, 1,534,190 for Londiani Sub-County Hospital, Mr. Speaker. This one came to a total of over 4 million, Mr. Speaker. And we have the evidence of the checks from the same account, Mr. Speaker. It was so painful.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I support the removal of Dr. Mutai in his office. We need sanity in Kericho County. We really need progress in Kericho County.
The vote marks a significant turn of events in the political career of Governor Mutai, whose fate now lies with the Senate. Rehab Kinuthia, K24 TV, Kericho County.
It's very interesting because from little-known university don who trounced political heavyweights, including former energy CS Charles Keter. And by the way, members of the public contributed for his campaign to being impeached in under 2 years. It's very, very interesting. Now, moving forward, President William Ruto has defended plans to lease the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to Indian-based Adani Group. Amid controversy surrounding the 30-year concession agreement, Ruto argues that the renovations and expansion will increase Kenya's capacity to attract 5 million tourists by 2027. This is the first time that President William Ruto has addressed the issue, which he considers a priority, despite opposition from Kenya Airports Authority workers and integrity concerns. Timothy Simwa reports.
At the Uhuru Gardens, President William Ruto officially opened the Magical Kenya Travel Expo 2024. But the expo would also present a good opportunity for the president to make a case for the controversial lease of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to Adani Group.
And by 2027, as I have said, we want to have 5 million tourists. And that is the reason why we need to expand our airport.
The planned renovations will improve the airport's capacity and position Kenya as a premier tourist destination.
The name Magical Kenya reflects our status as a premier global tourism destination, and the expo serves as a top platform for stakeholders to showcase our country's unique offerings to the whole world.
The Adani Group secured a 30-year concession through a privately initiated proposal PIP. Short-term plans include the construction of a new terminal, associated apron, and a taxiway system set for completion by 2029.
By the end of 2023, Kenya welcomed over 2 million visitors, generating Kenya shillings 350 billion in revenue, a clear indicator of our global appeal. On target is to attract 5 million visitors annually by 2027. Achieving this requires concerted efforts from all players in the sector.
Today marks a historical moment in our industry as we gather here to reimagine how to promote Destination Kenya.
The deal has caused jitters among Kenya Airport Authority workers who went on strike to protest the deal. The government, however, has assured that their jobs are secure and will be retained under existing terms.
We are introducing a transit and long connection travelers electronic travel authorization. Again, another milestone, which enables transit visitors to step out of the airport and explore the beauty of their home away from home.
And many times it's easy for us to forget that God has blessed us. And sometimes we focus on the negative.
2 weeks ago, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi clashed with senators who questioned the integrity of the process used to award the concession to the Adani Group. Timothy Simwa, K24 TV.
Let's talk matters health, and the Social Health Insurance Fund continues to generate more heat than light, with the Council of Governors accusing the government of bypassing them in its implementation. Now, this came as the Social Health Authority announced that over 12.5 million Kenyans had registered for the scheme despite teething problems among the 15 counties targeted in the first phase. Alan Owino with that report.
Benefits did they access? That is contribution.
Speaking during the COG quarterly meeting, COG Health Committee Chair Mudhomi Njuki noted that the new health scheme being rolled out is marred with irregularities and confusion, with the counties being reduced to bystanders.
The Justification IPA has not been signed to date by any county, yet implementation has already started. PS, what are you basing this on? I mean, in my county, you're already there, you already launched. I've not signed anything. I mean, is this a trial, or are you saying whether I sign or not, you'll still go on?
Further highlighting the faults with the scheme, Mudhomi noted that patients suffering from chronic diseases were in danger as there was no cover for them after NHIF stopped services 2 days ago, adding that the contracting of healthcare providers was not complete and yet the rollout had already begun.
Patients who need services for the treatment and management of chronic diseases cannot access services since the emergency, chronic and critical ill covers have not been activated. We are still at the primary level and the shift. But what about those who are chronically ill and they know that from the information you're given, they are supposed to be accessing the service? Do we have a time period which they are supposed to wait despite having an emergency or chronic illness for them to access the service?
The PS for Public Health, Harry Mutai, while admitting that the registration process for various stakeholders had experienced challenges, assured counties that significant progress was being made on the same and confirmed the government was seeking an extra 65,000 devices for all public health facilities.
I want to report that indeed there is a significant progress, and for the first time we have seen the highest number of county health facilities being registered for the purpose of being in panel with the now Social Health Authority, and we expect that was one of the biggest challenges that the Excellency Governors were asking, how come NHIF then was not paying money to these facilities? We realized there was a challenge in terms of registration and empanelment.
On her part, the chair for the CEC Health Caucus, Roslyn Omolo, questioned the implementation and period of the program, calling on the SHA to provide clear directions on the same.
Last week we asked, what is the implementation period and the implementation plan? We know the rollout was done in 15 counties, but we also know we have 47 counties. So what about the other 32? What happens? Are we on our own? Do we just proceed? How does this work?
This was echoed by her Nandi counterpart Ruth Koech, who said that counties were owed over 30 billion shillings by the defunct NHIF, and it was not clear how this would be resettled.
We looked at the cancer patients who will need 85 billion. So the numbers for planning versus the reality of the funds available, we must be very careful to win the confidence of our citizens by promising what we can really deliver.
Alan Owino for K24.
Well, that story by Alan Owino takes us to a fast breather. I'll be back with more, including the update on the health SHA rollout across various counties.
StarTimes Sports all month long. Buy a StarTimes decoder at our business halls or dealership countrywide to experience passion from the heart of Saudi Arabia's most electrifying football league.
This is absolutely wonderful!
Renew your subscription today. The thrill of every La Liga goal, the intensity of every Bundesliga match.
Coming down!
Feel the passion, the power, and the pride of world-class football as the best teams battle it out for the sound of victory. Renew your subscription today.